We're here in Seneca Falls, surrounded by all the feminism. Look at, oh, you probably can't see. I'll show you in a minute. We're excited to spend the day surrounded by an area that loves women and supports them. So stay tuned. So we pull up right next to the visitor center, and right next to the visitor center is a store called Women Made Products. It was so awesome. They had all of these cute gifts in there. I didn't want to film anything though, but it's adorable and you should check it out. So it is raining, but we're getting ready to go into the Women's Hall of Fame in Seneca Falls, New York. Right across the street from the visitor center. Here! At the National Women's Hall of Fame, there is a placard for every woman who has been inducted. So it has a picture of her, her name, her date of birth, and then date of death if she has unfortunately passed. But it has a quick bio of her, and it's basically you just go through the room and read about all these incredible women who have impacted history. Right here, this very corner, was where the first women's convention in the entire world, y'all, met right here in this building in Seneca Falls. In the entire world. Like, do you understand that? We got here today, and I was like, oh, what's your favorite thing to do? To the girl in the visitor center. Me, because like there's so many women's rights things to do. And she was like, well, it's kind of an old person's town. There's nothing to do unless you're like a crazy women's rights activist, which I'm not a feminist. Girl, don't you want equal pay? Don't you want, like, minimally, don't you want to be paid equally as doing the same job as a man? Y'all, that is why women gathered here in 1848. Y'all, history happened here.
All men and women are created equal.
True. I guess this is the church that it was held. So I think this is the first Presbyterian church that you wanted to see at the visitor center.
We're doing it all today, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, so not to be creepy, but look at how many people are here. There's so many people walking around, and it's like pouring rain out today, ladies and gentlemen. Men for women's rights.
If you win for women's rights, get the out the club.
True. If you ain't into women's rights, get the F out the club.
Okay, my way. I love women's rights. Look, Thomas McClintock. What a supportive husband, probably.
High key though, how do we not talk about any of this in school? When we talked about the women's right movement, I thought it was just because Susan B. Anthony was from Rochester, and because, like, literally, here's what I thought it was that a bunch of women got together and they were like, we should have rights, which is, but they wrote a whole Declaration of Independence on their own. We are now inside the building of the National Women's Heritage Site, which is a part of the National Park Service. This is the building that was next to that waterfall that we were just at that has the Women's Declaration of Independence inscripted on it. So we're walking around the National Park, Women's Park, and I'm just amazed. This is a museum. It was free. The Women's Hall of Fame was $3 to $5 depending if you were a student or not. I'm amazed at this museum and how we don't go here. Like, we go to so many places in school, but we don't talk about any of these things. Like, and it's free. Hello. Right now there's a Boys and Girls Club here. That's what like kind of made me think about why we didn't come here as a school, but it's only an hour away from Rochester. We don't talk about half of the things that I've learned today. So, what's the dealio? This was my absolute favorite thing that I saw in any of the museums that day. It's a Women of Rochester dress, so it has pictures of all of the famous women from the area, including Abby Wambach, Kristen Wiig, Susan B. Anthony, Clara Barton. There are just so many inspirational women from this area. It's kind of insane, I'm not gonna lie. Had to support the local farmers over in Elizabeth Cady Stanton Park. Got some beautiful flowers from Mary. Thanks to Caitlin, because I ran out of cash from supporting all of the local businesses here. They smell so good. Okay, Okay, so we were just over there, that's Falls Street. Visitor centers and museums. And now we're over here with the famous statue. So here's the statue, and then pan over, and I feel like I've been transported to Ireland or Scotland. It was just so green and lush in this beautiful church. Do you see this right now? How pretty is that? Okay, but high key hype because we're heading across the street to Cafe 19 for bold coffee, bolder women. Give us caffeine or give us death. Right, Caitlin?
Yeah.
So it's Cafe 19 because the 19th Amendment was the amendment that gave women the right to vote. So there's so many awesome tributes to women shown in this cafe. There's a Susan B. Anthony inspired latte. There's a Lucretia Mott inspired latte, which is a Lucretia malt. And obviously there's pictures of all of these women all over the place.
We are drinking iced cookie dough chai tea lattes.
Yes, they look so good. So we just got to the Harriet Tubman House. Here's the blue sign. So normally this white house back here, people think is her house, but there's actually behind the trees over there a brick house we'll show you in a little bit that she allegedly lived in. This is the entrance to the Harriet Tubman home. It's on the National Historic Registry and is a part of the National Park Service. There is a visitor center in the back, and we actually had the opportunity to take a tour with one of the park rangers. Unfortunately, we were not able to go inside the brick house, but they are hoping by the year 2020 that A, Harriet Tubman will be on the $20 bill, but B, that this spot will be open for people to tour. After leaving the Harriet Tubman House in Auburn, we headed over to Montezuma, which is a national wildlife preserve. They are known for their work in preservation of bald eagles, but it was nice to be able to go through and drive around because obviously it was downpouring and we couldn't hike, but here are some videos from the things that we saw that day. There were so many beautiful flowers, so many purple and yellow ones. Unfortunately, we did not see any bald eagles, but we did see a lot of herons.
Restoration project began in 1976 in an attempt to reestablish a breeding population through hawking or hand-rearing the birds.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching this week's episode of Seneca Falls. It really was a great day trip. I loved it so much. Obviously, you know, I love tourism and I love women's rights. So basically, Seneca Falls is my favorite place on the earth now. Just about. If you are new to my channel, welcome. This is Rock the City with Hope. I'm Hope, and I put out videos about things to do in and around Rochester. I do go to school in Virginia though, so I am working on building up some video content down there. But be sure to like and follow on Instagram. It's at Hope_Breen, but you can just search hashtag Rock City with Hope and you will find me. And if you like my merch featured in this week's episode, including my other hat that I had on, you can go to ROC with hope.storeenvy.com. I'll link it below. But right now I have free shipping on orders $50 and above. And I just added some new backpacks and back to school items, so I'm really excited for that and I hope that you'll check it out. So hit the subscribe button wherever it is on your screen, please, as I'm working on building my channel and reaching out to different places to do vlogs at. Some of them have follower requirements. So that 41 subscribers is not doing me too great. So if you are watching this, please subscribe. It means a lot. And I'll see you soon. Bye.